real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Jocelyn Hurd says the defendant is her brother, and when the two of them go to the strip clubs, her brother uses other people's money to tip the strippers. Jocelyn suing because she put an apartment in her name for the defendant, but he was evicted for non-payment of rent. Defendant Jeremy Hurd admits that he and Jocelyn grew up in a loving, tight-knit family, but says they are complete opposites. Jeremy insists he never asked Jocelyn to get him an apartment, and he considers the apartment a gift.
Tell me what's happening.
Your Honor, I love my brother. My mom raised us to love each other and always have each other back. But my brother, he has to be the life of the party, the man everywhere he go. We go to hang out sometimes, we go to the strip club, and he wants us to be comfortable. He buys his drinks, take care of us. But when it's time for him to actually...
Does he tip for you?
Yeah, he'll tip somebody else's money.
For you?
No, Your Honor. I'll tip for myself.
Okay, you take the money and you stick it in her panties.
I throw it at her.
You throw it at her?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Why don't you do like, they don't do that anymore? Stick it in their underwear?
I don't want to.
Do they do that at the strip club anymore or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So why you had the women stripping for you and you don't give them the money properly?
Because I just don't want to touch their skin. I'll throw it at them.
Oh, you look at them?
Yeah.
You want to look at it, but you don't want to touch it. Learn how to strip? Or
no,
learn
just
what?
Learn some moves.
Huh?
Learn some new moves.
Learn the moves?
Yeah.
And do it with your clothes on or off?
On.
It probably doesn't look as good on. You gotta do the moves like they do the moves.
Got to.
Get up on that pole, naked, and swing around. Or with underwear or an outfit on and swing around. Learn how to strip? Or learn what?
Learn some moves.
Huh?
Learn some new moves.
Learn the moves?
Yeah.
And do it with your clothes on or off?
On.
It probably doesn't look as good on.
Plaintiff Jocelyn Hurd says the defendant is her brother, and when the two of them go to the strip clubs, her brother will use other people's money to tip the strippers.
Sir, what do you want to tell me before we get to the breach of contract about your lifestyle? She painted a pretty bad picture of you.
Well, that's not the clearest picture that you can give for me. Well, this is my sister. I love her, Yana, and, we grew up always tight and a loving family, real close, but we're very different, I'm more so adventurous. I want to go out and have fun and, hang out with the boys, with the girls, and, I even hang with the kids.
Do you pay your own way?
Yes, okay. I tend to. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And, we just always... I do work. I'm pretty good at being a good worker. Yes, sir.
Okay, where you work?
Right.
I'm not actually working right now. I'm not working right now. But
so how do you pay for all these things? She says you mooch off people. Are you a moocher?
I'm not a moocher. Nah, I'm not no moocher.
All right,
no, sir.
How do you survive?
I survive. I work, and I also...
You just told me you didn't.
I'm not working currently.
Right. So how do you survive currently?
Currently, I just do random things,
Like what?
I might help a friend
out. You mooch, like she said. You mooch. I mean, if you want to face it, then, don't do it. Yeah, you take a woman's money and you think, yeah, she giving me money because of who I am. I'm her man, so she give me her money. That's called mooching. You're mooching off your woman. Ain't no pimping. That's mooching. These guys out here think that they're doing something big. I'm using her, I'm pimping her. No, you mooching off of her. That's terrible. Can you slide me a few dollars out of that?
No, none of that though, y'all.
That's what she say. Go ahead. And you can't tell me you work, so you mooching off somebody. I hope you're not doing wrong. I hope you're not doing wrong.
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, good enough. Breach of contract. What's happening?
My mom was getting tired of him, so we all discussed that I'll get an apartment from him in my name. At that time, Your Honor, he was working and he was doing well at the job.
Out of the year, how many months does he typically work?
I'll say half of the year. Because
6 months he works every year. That's just long vacations, right?
No, I'm gonna say that either I work a full year and get fired like 2 months into the next year, but I'm gonna put on average 9 months, Yana.
Why do you get fired from jobs?
So I have a attendance issue. I'm not gonna lie, I just know myself.
Why? Because you stay up all night chasing women?
Yep.
So you.
I'm being honest. That's the way. That is a problem that I'm working on, though, Yana. I'm working on that with myself.
Good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Don't trick yourself out of your job, son.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hanging out with all these women. That's what I tell guys also. You know, folks think they're playboys because they got all these women. You're playing yourself. Because if you got all these women, you got to see all these women. You got to talk with all these women. You have to take all these women out. And if you seeing and talking to a bunch of different women almost every night of the week, you're with a different woman. 4 or 5 nights a week, you're with a different woman. Y'all having drinks. So you got to pay money 4 or 5 nights a week. Then 4 or 5 nights a week, you're up all night giving up your energy.
Yeah. Work out. It's a workout.
So the next morning, you half hungover and you have no energy.
That's
So
it.
yeah,
It is
you're
a
going to be
workout,
late
Your
for
Honor.
work.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead. Breach of contract. How so?
I got an apartment in my name, and he lived for him to live in it for a year. We went to go sign the papers in February 2011. He moved in on the 24th of February. I called the leasing office in October of 2011 to get the lease changed from my name to his, because at that point he was showing responsibility. He was showing that he can pay his rent, and I wanted to help him build his credit history, which is the reason why he couldn't get it in the first place. I called the office, and she told me that he was evicted on the 16th. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. He led me to believe that he'd been living there, and he had been living with his friend. Surprisingly, he called me that night. I had been drinking on a little wine, so when he came and told me that, sis, I was evicted, my reaction wasn't my normal reaction for that situation if I was sober or normal. We agreed that he'll give me payments of $150 weekly, because he was getting paid every Friday until the balance was paid. He started off with a payment of $75. It wasn't even $150, and he gave me that on October 20th, and I have the papers for that.
All right, let's see it. And the balance is $1,135.
Yes.
Plaintiff Jocelyn Hurd says the defendant is her brother, and when the two of them go to the strip clubs, her brother will use other people's money to tip the strippers.
All right, sir, what do you say to this?
Okay, I just want to say this, Jan. First off, I moved from the city of Detroit, Michigan, to a whole new city, which was North Carolina, Charlotte. And I had to been living with my mother for about 3 months, 4 months, something like that. And I had recently just got the job, so I'm just getting right, just getting a chance to stack my money and, you know, do some saving. And if I was ready to leave, you know, I would have went about doing that myself.
But Mama was tired of your... Okay.
Mama wanted to put him out.
Yeah, she was getting tired of all his...
Well, no, it wasn't nothing like, we're a tight family like that, but the thing was, they just came to me out the blue with this paperwork saying, you gonna have to do this, and this is where all your money that you work... I didn't sign anything. I didn't sign anything, no.
So the paperwork they came to you with, what was it?
It was just the lease for the apartment that was in my sister's name. You know, I didn't have nothing to do.
But you stayed there? You agreed to stay there? Did you agree to pay?
Yeah, I paid because I knew that it was for me, you know. It was
typically, unless you're mooching, you do pay for yourself. Man, we went over that already.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get back to you paying for yourself. Right. So, once again, they gave you a lease to get your own apartment. Okay. Did you pay?
I paid. I paid for 3 months, and I started, things started going real fast in my life. I had some other things going on as far as me in the new city and, you know, families, things going on, and my own personal family. I got a son and, you know.
Did your income change?
My income did change.
How?
I then got a raise. I got a raise? I got a raise on my job.
So your income went up?
My income went up.
So that's a better reason you should have paid.
My income went up, Your Honor, but as I said, I was living
Why don't you think you owe?
The reason I don't, it was a gift. It was a gift.
A mooch, another mooch. You're mooching again. You're mooching off your sister this time for your own place to stay. Here you got a job, then you get a raise on the job, and you still don't want to pay the debt. Now you're claiming it's a gift. Even if it was a gift, if your sister is now saying, I want you to pay and take care of yourself. No, I want to live off of you.
No, that's not the picture.
Well, why won't you pay for yourself?
I'm not. I always pay for myself.
All right, good.
But
good.
the thing is, when I was going through the eviction, I was trying to bring the people partial payment.
Why, if it was a gift?
I knew I didn't want to put a responsibility on my sister or my mother.
You have for $1,135. Now what? You say you didn't want to, but you have.
And I mean, I did make attempts to pay.
All right, why did you stop attempting?
Because I ran out of money.
What changed with your income? You told me you got a raise. When you get a raise, you shouldn't run out of money. You should have more money.
Yes, sir.
Unless you start tricking off with all these women you got.
Yeah,
all right, stop tricking and be a grown man and use your money wisely so that you don't have to mooch off of your mother and your sister. All right? Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Glad that we can resolve this issue and, you know, the family ain't got to give me the cold shoulder no more. You know, I just want to get a hug or something.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I love my sister, bro.